Hey there, everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you're watching this from. And it's just going to be a small talk on visions and dreams. Now, I wanted to pertain this talk to the aspect of visions and dreams when it comes to your careers, your pursuits in life, and sorry, ultimately the life that you want to live, you know, for the remainder of how long we stay on this earth. So, yeah. And I wanted to start off this talk by saying that that is completely up to you, first and foremost, uh, because after all, it's your life. Nobody else can define what a perfect life is, because that is completely subjective. Some people would say it's seeking adventures, traveling the world, or doing extreme adrenaline filled activities that get your heart pumping and your mind is high. Uh, or it could be some people would say it's a simple life, settling down with a family and going to a quiet village or rural area and living a life there. Or some people would prefer a life in the city, possibly having extravagant things like an apartment or a lavish lifestyle where they have all this glamorous stuff, materialistic stuff. Some might say it's pursuing your passion and the thing that you love to do. That is a perfect life. Uh, but living humbly, of course, because it's at the at the time, if your passion isn't something practical, or if it's isn't something that can easily get you money, like getting a normal stable job, then you're gonna have to live humbly for a bit. You're gonna have to sacrifice go a lot of stuff to do that, and so yeah. So, like I said, I mean, living a perfect life is subjective. Perfection is subjective in and of itself because there are a lot of aspects that have different categories or different requirements for it to be perfect. So yeah, what I would say is that just follow what your heart and mind tell you, because of course you need practicality along with that vision to make it work, because you can't just be going off the vision itself, because you're gonna need to be practical. You're gonna know what sacrifice you're gonna make, what things you need, how much is it gonna cost, is it gonna take a while, is it gonna take all of that. You're gonna have to consider the risk and all that, and you're gonna need to have that drive, which is the vision that's there along with the practicality, because if all you think is practicality, then you're gonna settle for things you don't really necessarily like, and yeah, it might fill you up with some regret, depending on what type of person you are and what your personality is. And so yeah, I think those two work hand in hand, and they need to be at a perfect balance for you to completely pursue the perfect life that you deem is perfect to you, because ultimately you're gonna need a little bit of risk taking if you're gonna want and need to have that life that you dream of, because everything is uncertain as we know. The only the only thing that's certain in this life is it's death. Uh, you know, we being born also isn't guaranteed, because there are, like, I know there are about 7 billion plus people in the world and are increasing every day, but the chances or the likelihood of you being born is like 1 in a million. So yeah, it's really difficult, and the only guaranteed thing is that when you're at the end of the road, we say goodbye to this mortal plane and move on to the afterlife, you know. So yeah, I mean, everything is uncertain. Everything needs a certain extent of a risk that needs to be taken, be it relationships that you want to have, be it the dreams that you have for your family, the dreams that you have for yourself, the lifestyles that you will one day have as a human being on this planet, or the just the personal growth and the personal development of you as a human being, be it your your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, or your spiritual health. You know, each and every one of us have different dreams, different ambitions, different aspirations that we want to pursue. Some might be on the path to them right now. Some of you may not be and are thinking about doing it. And some of us have succeeded in that, and some of us have failed in that. So yeah, we're all on different platforms, different paths, different crossroads that we have to overcome. But ultimately, I would say that in terms of uh, in terms of tips to do that, I would say, especially if you're pursuing something that's really hard, that requires a lot of time, that requires a lot of money as well to get going, and that requires a lot of patience. Just keep going. You know, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna have to be patient. You're gonna have to probably sacrifice a lot of things. And the one thing that I would advise you to do to stay focused on your path, to be focused on your goals, your own aspirations, your own. I'm getting tongue tied again. Sorry, your own goals and your own dreams is to not compare. Uh, because as I've mentioned, all of us are on different paths, all of us are on different, playing fields, and all of us are having a different strategy and a different outcome. So yeah, I mean, if everybody's outcome would be, be rich and, have a family, settle down and all of that, and, enjoy the pleasures of life, then, I mean, we all would be following the same playbook, but no, that's not the case. Everyone has a different goal, everyone has a different dream, ambition, whether that be for themselves, for their families, for their loved ones, for their partner, the kids. So yeah, everybody's path is different. Everybody's goal is different. Everybody's perception or perspective on what a perfect life is different. So yeah, don't compare because at the end of the day, I also tend to do this a lot. I see my peers, I see my colleagues, I see my friends thriving in the field that they are in, and I support them, and you know, I give praise to you guys for making it work and getting out there and doing what it is that you set out to do and accomplishing it. Props to you guys. That's uh that's a really great accomplishment that you should be proud of. I know I'm proud of you guys, but yeah, I mean, looking at their successes, looking at their uh, you know, strides and streaks and breakthroughs, I tend to compare myself a lot to them before because we're at similar ages, we're at similar, points in life. And yeah, I just started wondering. I looked at myself and I was like, why don't I have the things that they're getting? Why don't I have the breaks that they're getting? Why am I not getting the breakthrough that they got? And the simple answer is their path is different. My path is different. Maybe my breakthrough is 15 years down the line, 20 years down the line. Their breakthrough is, one day or like, just maybe around the corner, maybe a week from now, a month from now. Maybe it could be the reverse. But yeah, so I mean, there's no really there's no really good use in comparing because it doesn't do any good. I mean, it just brings you down. It just, demotivates you, and it might set you off track of what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to achieve. Instead, like I said, just be supportive of each other, help each other out, and yeah, support one another in whatever it is that they're pursuing, whatever goals and dreams that they have in life. Because That's one more key thing about, having a quote unquote perfect life is that once you achieve it and once you make whatever it is that you're pursuing or whatever goal that you or dream that you have into a reality, it's always nice to celebrate it with some people. You know, like yeah, the pursuit itself is great. Accomplishing it is awesome. But if you don't have anybody to celebrate it with, and if you don't have anybody there with you, then yes, I mean, for some people that might be a personal achievement, and that suffices. But I believe it's always better to bring people along with you as well. Establish bonds and friendships, establish relationships with people, grow with them, and ultimately it'll make the road sweeter, and it gives you more reason to keep pushing forward on those days where it's just difficult and yourself is not enough. Because I believe that you know when you're doing something for yourself, you can trick your mind into saying that you can trick your mind into being like, oh, this is suffice for me, this is enough for me, I'm fulfilled with this. But I can stop now or something. But then when you see other people who are close to you, who you've created bonds with, who support you, it just makes you want to go further, because they know and they've told you and you've shown them the capabilities that you have, or the potential of the dream that you have. So yeah, it's always good to have relationships, have bonds with them. Of course, it's beautiful to connect with people. It's beautiful to build relationships. It's amazing to do that. But in pursuits of dreams and ambitions, particularly, it's for me what personally drives me is well, that itself. I have to keep going. I have to keep pushing myself on those hard days, even when it's not, even when it's not just in terms of the pursuit of my passion, in terms of the pursuit of what I'm doing, in terms of, you know, the pursuit of the life that I want. It's just, it's even in the pursuit of living, just to keep on living every day, to keep on waking up every day, taking care of myself every day in any way that I can because of my loved ones. I mean, I don't want their efforts. I don't want them to suffer. I don't want them to be like. I don't want them to be like. Sorry about that. Battery was low. But yeah, I don't want them to be like, oh my, all my days. He gave up. He's done like this. I don't want that. Like, I don't want that. I want simply because they know that it's important to me, and so they wanted me to keep going. And that's why I'm gonna keep pushing, because even though those hard days, because I'm doing it not for me, not just for them also, but the people who support me and this one, because like I wouldn't want to be someone who gave up on something so easily, and neither should you. I mean, sometimes yes, there are times where you have to give up, you have to switch paths, you have to switch strategies, but ultimately don't lose picture of what you really want in life. That's all I gotta say because the only person who can deem it worthy to pursue even after all the setbacks, after all the failures is you. So yeah. Hope you have a great day, guys. Hope you took something away from this, and yeah, take care.